Former Chief Minister of Maharashtra Prithviraj Chavan was chosen by the party high command Sonia Gandhi because of his clean and non-controversial image. Chavan, whose trajectory of life changed when he chanced upon a meeting with Rajiv Gandhi, is considered to be an efficient technocrat among the media circles. His cordial relations with the party high command has led his steady rise among the party ranks. Needless to say, he is one of the most prominent faces of the Maharashtra Congress Party. The BJP can be defeated. You said this in the recent interview of yours. As we are just 1.5 years away from the 2019 elections of both the general and Maharashtra elections, do you have any game plan ready for the BJP to be defeated?
My overall strategy for people like us who are working in the field level and have been at the helm of affairs for many years is to question the credibility of the man at top in Delhi. Now, every passing day, his hypocrisy is coming to the light. His decisions have completely gone awry, whether it is a decision about demonetization or his hasty implementation of GST. You know, the farm crisis, the promises that he made to the farmers before elections. Every single of his electoral promise has come unstuck. And one by one, people are now realizing that this is all talk and no action. Lot of wishful thinking, you know, many project launch, great events and all that, but no delivery on ground. Now we have to systematically disassemble the whole narrative and tell people as how every single one of the announcements made by Prime Minister was not based on adequate preparation or was not based on even factual information available to the government, but it's only a tall promise given for electoral purpose, and you reap benefit out of it. Then, as the corruption scandals are breaking, we are also bringing them to the light so that the promise that "na khaunga, na khane dunga" was just the electoral slogan, didn't mean it, never meant it. That's how Gujarat state was run, and that's how Delhi is being run.
You spoke very heavily against demonetization, but then that did not find any support, in terms of any kind of strategic planning from party, because UP, you could not capitalize, the party could not capitalize on demonetization issue. So clearly over here as well, don't you think that you are one among very few top leaders who are just targeting the government, or who are just pinpointing the loopholes, but there is no specific background, there is no support that you are getting from party functions?
See, you talked about UP. Economy did not dominate in UP ever. There are people, the basic poverty issues, basic issues of governance, corruption, extortions, safety, law and order were the issues which dominated UP Bihar politics. The economy starts dominating as you come south, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. And so, of course, while everybody is interested in jobs, everybody is interested in getting good remunerative prices for their farm produce, that's all common. But yes, we were not quick on the take. Moment on 30th December, after 50 days, Mr. Modi addressed the nation. I think it was the lowest point of his political career. He realized that what we promised on 8th November, nothing has come to the light. And in background of that kind of thing, he had to sort of wishy-washy make some statement and completely change the narrative, change the goalposts from removal of corruption, removal of black money, fighting and ending terrorism to digitalization, which we feel was the original agenda anyway. Perhaps Prime Minister did not know it, or Prime Minister was not told by the people who ran the whole campaign. And he was taken for a ride, is what I'm now claiming. We should have been quick. I had suggested at some levels that all political parties who were opposed to demonetization should go to nationalized bank branches. There are almost 2.5-3 lakh branches of the nationalized banks alone. And you have a ghirao with all political parties carrying their respective flags, right from Mamata Banerjee's party to Nitish Kumar's party to NCP here to Congress to Communist parties, DMK, all parties which are opposed to demonetization and which are with the people in their suffering, the people had to suffer. If you had stood in front of the blank branches, about 200, 300 people with all flags on, Just simple demand, please give us our money back. Maybe I didn't reach the appropriate levels. Leader was not here, he was abroad. Uh, and I think then later on they came out and took uh, action against the 36 branches of the RBI, which is only 36 locations in the country. So there are many examples where we should have been quick to hit the road. We did not. And that's why Modi got away with it. When he sort of talked about corruption, everybody wanted corruption to disappear. He talked about black money, nobody wanted black money. He painted as a rich versus poor battle. And he very cleverly uh, put forward a narrative which people bought. And we're not able to question that. Initially, we are so afraid that if we challenge demonetization, then does it mean that we are for black money, we are for corruption? So we are almost subdued for a very long time. But when the woes of the people came to the light, hundreds of people died in unnecessarily standing in lines and all that. And government was completely, totally unprepared. The move was not thought through. Dr. Manmohan Singh himself in Parliament spoke so eloquently that economy will at least be hit by 2 percentage points, and that this is like organized loot done by the government, and that has come out to be right. So now people's mood is changing. But at the same time, I agree with you that we are not quick on the take when demonetization effects started.
I have an example to make. In 1998, when Mrs. Sheila Dikshit defeated the BJP government, the issue was only a minor surge in onion prices, but it was marketed so well. She just kind of leveraged that particular issue, and ultimately the government was defeated. Over here, there are so many issues. GDP is at all-time low. There are economic slowdown is there. As you said, the demonetization has been causing problems. So don't you think that issues, you have good enough issues, but again the focus should be on strategy. Is the senior leadership, I'm talking about Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, are they that much concerned about how to put these specific issues forth to the public?
No, I don't think they are all aware of the issues that are uh, troubling people. Uh, we are midst of organized elections. It's a massive exercise, uh, trying to find right people to man party positions through the country. Um, I think those elections are now coming to a close. Pretty soon we'll have a final picture of the state level leaderships and national level important positions. But I think one of the things that we've been lacking is that organized protest on the street which catches people's imagination. That has not been happening. Countries, of course, change. There's social media. Now, you've seen social media suddenly turned hostile toward the government. It is not organized by Congress party, but people have realized and seen through the hypocrisy of the government, the false promises of non-delivery, and just event management exercises. People have seen through that, and youth of the country has started speaking about it. Partly in a way, I think we are falling short in leading that agitation and taking it to an appropriate level. While social media has its role, I think we have to hit the ground. People are used to seeing protest, not only in India but throughout the world. When people gather and the mass movement is created, that has an impact which no other thing, a newspaper article or a slogan or a poster on the wall will never create that kind of atmosphere. We have clearly fallen short into that.
So you sort of admitted that Rahul Gandhi is not as charismatic a leader that the party needs at such
No, I
difficult.
didn't say anything like that. I just said that we are doing the organized elections. I had no comment on Rahul Gandhi's charisma or otherwise.
So but you said that the Congress party needs a leader like Mrs. Indira Gandhi to put
Well,
the.
you could put that way. In those days, when there was no social media, there was no internet, there was no computers, Mrs. Gandhi had to reach people directly, and she did. Mrs. Indira Gandhi, she did when she hit the road virtually and went through the length and breadth of the country, including Vidarbha region, and she was very, very well supported in Vidarbha. Ordinary people who had nothing to do with politics got elected. So yes, that has been a example of Congress party's revival from a very low point where Mrs. Gandhi herself lost the election. So she has had a live example before us in our own party. But times have changed. There's internet, there's computer, there's social media. The news reaches instantaneously. You can spread rumors, you can spread false news. You can video has become so prevalent on applications like WhatsApp and others that instantaneously not only a spoken word but picture is before you, and it's a completely new means of communication. So we are also trying to grapple with it, the soundbite politics and all that. We're not trained to uh, work in that, but we're all learning, making our mistakes. But yes, there is a role model in Yaraji, where she brought the party up from virtually ashes to getting governance. I think we need to learn some lessons from that campaign, not all, because as I said, different tools are now available. And one other prominent thing I must admit here, that Mr. Modi has been successful in creating a US presidential type of electoral situation in a country. Although we are a parliamentary democracy, he is pitching himself against a possible leader. And so, unless and until there is a person who will lead the government, next government, if people vote for Congress party, then who will run the show, run the government, not be a leader of the party. We know exactly who the leader of the party is. We know exactly who leader of Youth Congress or this wing or that wing. But would you be able to run the government? That's the question people are asking in states, with the Gujarat election, with the Karnataka election, likely Maharashtra election. People say, where is the face? And that face must not only be charismatic, must not only be articulate, must have a grip of the issues, but people must get confident that if you hand over the command of the states, reins of the state to this particular man, will he deliver a good government?
So, but were you hinting at the need of induction of Priyanka Gandhi as a national leader in the upcoming 2019 elections?
No,
When you refer to Mrs. Indira
I
Gandhi.
didn't even name Priyanka Gandhi, and I think that's a individual decision which they have to take respectively. But all I was generalizing that what people are now doing is comparing leader A versus leader B, and leader A and leader B not only in charisma or ability to speak or a great oratory or a rhetorician and all that. That's important in its own right. But ultimately, people want to have confidence that if we deliver power to this X, Y, and Z, will he or she be able to run the state, run the country, run the municipality? That's what people want to know. And he has effectively converted Indian politics into a presidential type of election. And we have to face that. That's the reality of life.
So, you'll be 73 by the 2019 elections. So, can we see Maharashtra elections being fought under your leadership?
No, I can't say that. I can't even comment on personalities, individuals, leadership decisions, all that.
But then, how does the party plan to get involve the youth?
Well, you need a youthful leader, but I'm certainly not one.
But you are as handsome and as dynamic as ever.
No, I
So
think.
you have a youth connect, sir.
Well, I think in the interest of the party, I'm willing to do anything, go anywhere, and of course, youth is the key to election anywhere, not only in our country but anywhere else. And youth is the future, and we must connect to the future. I don't know how to define charisma. I think there is something which happens, electric happens with people connect and trust you, believe you. It's not only there's so many components of that fiery orator, but you must also appear sincere. And I think that's precisely what has happened. While Mr. Modi has undoubtedly proven to be a very effective orator in Hindi, I think Hindi is a key element of the whole campaign. Most of our leaders were Western educated, taught in English, translated and spoke. Mr. Modi speaks in Hindi and connects with people. And we need to learn that, and that is the biggest mistake that we did. I'm not saying that Modi did something great or discovered something new, but it was natural to him and he couldn't do anything else. And I think we need to connect with people in our local languages very effectively. We can all learn and correct and all. But I think ultimately it's about issues. Ultimately, what pains people, if we can connect with them, sympathize with them and offer solutions, concrete solutions. Criticizing the government is one thing. That we'll continue to do as an opposition party. But then we also must offer alternative. For example, if GST has been messed up in implementation, it's our idea. It's a great reform. and we wish we could have done it 10 years back. But Mr. Narendra Modi stopped it. But now that it is implemented, government has clearly messed up in implementation. Now, do we have a better vision? Unfortunately, government doesn't connect with us. If they discuss with us, get ideas. Simple thing. I don't want to get into details. We said that we have time till 23rd September 2017 to implement GST. Instead of implementing it from 1st of July 17, let's do it on 1st of September 17. So you get 2 additional months for people to get assimilate the new schemes, the software to become robust, the new software being developed till even now. And but government was obstinate. Mr. Jaitley didn't listen. He thought if he accepts the opposition demand, Mr. Chidambaram also made the demand. I made the demand in my assembly here. But he thought that he'll lose face or something like that. And look what mess we got it. And I don't think there was necessity of so many different rates or so many different returns to be filed every month. But I think we could have discussed it. Although, to the credit of the government, they claim that this is discussed in the Council of GST, where all states are present, all parties are present. Yes, that's true. But you have experience of former Prime Minister, former uh, Finance Minister, former Chief Minister. I mean, you engage with us and we can do something good. We all agree that's a good tax. But you messed it in implementation. The demonetization was a complete fraud. And while on the political front they partly might have achieved the objective, economy had to pay a great price. And now it's coming before the people.
So you spoke about media censorship in Modi Raj, but then there are certain journalists who are saying, like for instance, Mr. Vinod Dua, he says कि या तो सारे journalists सरकारी हो गए हैं या दरबारी हो गए हैं in Modi's Raj. So don't you think that instead of media censorship, he has just kind of won over the confidence of media?
No, no, I don't think he's one of the confidence of media. You talk to any media persons, and upright, honest, and hardworking media person, you'll know what's happening. He has brutally brought over the entire television medium through some corporate friends of his. And so the media has been completely corporatized. Editor with an independent view is not allowed to function. We got so many examples right here in Maharashtra. The social media has given an outlet to some people, but how long? I don't know. There's now a crackdown on social media. We've seen last week that the police are now arresting people because they posted something on the social media. So even the freedom that we thought social media will give us is probably being questioned now. I think it's a unwritten kind of a emergency kind of provisions are being implemented. A draconian dictatorship is being unfurled gradually. And I think media will realize the price. I think free media is very, very crucial. And I don't think Mr. Modi is any longer the darling of the media.
You have been extremely vocal about cracks within the party, what exactly party is lacking. In fact, you also spoke about, how Mrs. Gandhi lost an election, due to media censorship. So you have been extremely vocal about quite a few things about central leadership as well. As you have been quite close to the Gandhi family, how exactly do they receive your criticism or constructive criticism, so to say? Because the public perception is that the family is not at all very much, enchanted towards these kind of criticism.
No, I think it's neither a criticism nor this thing. What I'm trying to say that times have changed. We've got different tools to protest to these people and all that. Gandhi family, Nehru Gandhi family has been a glue which has kept this whole gigantic party together. Because that family could not be accused of parochial leanings, of caste, of place of origin, language, and all that. It's above all that. So congressmen generally believe that we will always get justice at the hands of the Gandhi Nehru family, and that's the USP of the Gandhi Nehru family. And so I think it's not meant to be a criticism at all, but we must admit our shortfalls and the strength of the opposition. Unless we realize where opposition is scoring over us, then we will not be able to fight the next battle. And what I said was, just Modi has used very effective use of Hindi language. Modi has been a good orator. I mean, we have to now find people who match that, and we have to expose his false promises, expose his corruption, open, hidden, subtle, his policies which are pro-rich policies, anti-poor policies, is deceiving the farmers, deceiving the youth of the country. not the industrial slowdown, economic mess. All that has to be exposed. And I think we need to work at the level where we intellectually connect with the youth on one hand, and also reach the common masses who don't get into this economic GDP growth jargon and all that. We have to tell them that, look, what about the petroleum prices? What are the gas prices? Why has it not been able to handle them when international prices are falling? These are the issues which we must highlight and connect depending on the audience that we get. If I talk to a youthful audience in a college, there are different issues about their future, about their job. If I talk to a farm audience, we'll have to tell them about the farm prices, what he promised and what he failed to deliver. I think Congress Party, after the electoral whole churning, will throw up leadership which will be able to connect with the masses. But one thing is sure, the people must ultimately get a confidence that there is somebody who, if you elect, will deliver a good government.